Hello, I'm the CommanderZander. I remember it so that a staunch critic doesn't have to, and neither should you. Well, by popular demand, I am reviewing Drake and Josh Go Hollywood, which makes sense since I just did a review of Drake and Josh, and some person clearly watched it and requested, do the movie. As you could probably figure out, the title speaks for itself, so I'm going to waste little time in explaining this. So with that, let's delve into Drake and Josh Go Hollywood, which begins with this title. In San Diego. It obviously stars Drake Bell and Josh Peck, Miranda Cosgrove, who plays their sister Megan, Nancy Sullivan, who plays their mom, and Jonathan Goldstein, who plays their daddy. This movie was created and produced by Dan Schneider, who is responsible for not only this movie, but the show itself. And this is not for monetary purposes, this is strictly for a review. Fair use, damn it! Fair use! We begin in Drake and Josh's home where Megan's making a smoothie and I don't give a rat's ass about a smoothie. Drake is forced to perform at a senior citizen's home. Right? I can't hear the music. Why, mates, Johnny, we didn't listen to this hippie old current generation crap. We listened to some jazz music. We didn't give a crap about these lights from your freaking whatchamacallit. It's all pathetic, and you clearly don't give a crap about playing for us anyways. I don't like this here music. So as you can probably figure out, the gig was an absolute bomb. So Drake fires his band manager and Josh can't figure out what the hell he's doing.
Greatest adventure.
See, if you can't even think of a great adventure, you clearly haven't had a great adventure.
I climbed a tall tree. Imagine my excitement when I happened upon a bird's nest. Upon one of the tall branches. Pathetic.
Thank you for proving your point.
Can I help you?
Mom said I could borrow Drake's suitcase.
Josh is in a creative class. Gee, why didn't I get enrolled into this creative class? I have a creative mind. Playboy's got a creative mind. Actually, our creator has a creative mind. Without him, we wouldn't look like geniuses. You know, you do make a good point. Thank you, creator.
What's your opinion about something kind of serious?
Is this about your rash?
Ugh. I thought it was going to be about a relationship, which he clearly does not have. Oh, wait, he might.
I can't think of one really exciting thing that's ever happened to me. Do you think I'm boring?
She bolted on out.
You just walked out?
I got bored.
See, she got bored from you saying you have a boring life. That's how boring you are.
Hey, how'd your gig go? How'd my gig go? The elderly threw food at me.
Ew.
Why were you playing for old people? Because that's my band manager's idea of a good gig. Oh, man, I hate my band manager. No. Let me be your band manager. No, come on.
Josh wants to be Drake's band manager. Clearly, that's going to work out. If you've seen Drake and Josh Really Big Shrimp, or whatever the hell that 1 hour TV episode is, then clearly he's going to end up being the band manager. And this is the movie that introduced him as a band manager.
Yes. Don't say yay. No yay. What's
Now.
all right, fine.
But first, they have to take Megan to the airport because she has to go to... Wait for it. Denver! To hang out with a friend. But there's a snitch. They put her on the wrong plane. And you want to know where that plane is going? Hollywood! Or else we wouldn't have the name of the movie. Toy. Oh, and in case you're wondering, Josh is looking over clips of Drake to mastermind Drake's talent. Which, why the hell would you want to do anyways? You know Drake is a talented guitarist. He freaking played in front of you while testing his new laser amp. Which, if you play a stroke on the guitar, it activates a laser. You saw him do that. Why the hell do you need to watch him perform? Secondly, if you'll notice, this clip If you're familiar with Zoe 101, it shows that there was an episode where Drake guest starred, and he and his band performed for Spring Fling, which Zoe set up at PCA, which used to be a boys' school, but now is for both boys and girls. Josh is going to use this clip to persuade the person responsible for TRL to perform for him. And of course they're going to say no. Nope, they say yes. So after they mistakenly send Megan to LA, they decide to bolt for LA as well. And guess who Josh ends up with?
Yeah, thanks. AMC. Hello.
He gets stuck with a fat couple that loves chicken.
Wait. Now what this stuff? What's he doing here? No. Put his tickets down there. Put it back there.
Clearly this is not working out for Josh. Meanwhile, guess who Drake gets to sit next to?
What? Hand me my ointment! Kill me!
You know, if it were up to me, I would kick the crap out of those two Fantos. They're a annoying bunch. And I fucking hate those two, and I hate looking at those two fat wads. So they're off to LA. What does Drake do?
Welcome to Los Angeles. Please
Well,
enter
he obviously kisses a girl, which you might not get to.
during flight.
Josh ultimately moves seats and ends up getting his MP3 player, which is called a Geo, mixed up with some crook, who happens to be keeping a file that contains billions and billions and billions of dollars. And this is how they get mixed up, because the fat one decides to squash Josh because she can't listen to directions. Clearly, those two fat wads are from the South. Why not? Fried food! They don't listen to instructions. They're clearly from the South, y'all, where there are no directions or rules or whatnot. They're just a bunch of stupid dumb people. Meanwhile, Megan's waiting for a limousine driver who just happened to randomly walk next to her and show a sign revealing her name that he's next to.
You are Miss Mika?
That's me.
Ah, then your limousine awaits you.
Awesome.
And where may I drive you today?
I'm not sure. What's the best hotel in Los Angeles?
Best.
Ah, that would be the Chambrulé. It is beautiful hotel, right by the beach.
Let's go.
Of course, it's a beautiful hotel because it's by the beach. Any hotel that or resort that's by a beach or a lake is freaking awesome. But you could do it for less than in LA. There are plenty of other options. Oh, I'm not going to give away the details. No, that's just being too cruel. Hey. But seriously, there are other areas where there are hotels or resorts by beaches or lakes that you can go to for cheaper than LA. But you could probably figure out why it's so freaking awesome in LA.
Man, you could be anywhere in Los Angeles by now. Don't. What do you mean?
So the crook meets another crook and they are in a fix because they mix up their MP3 plays.
A lady fell on this kid and... The kid?
Meanwhile, while Josh is in the bathroom, he happens to bestow upon a dude who's not too thrilled that somebody canned on TRL. So Josh decides to play that clip again and just manages to hide the laptop, which you can see how thick it is since it's in mid-2000s, of course. Looks like a MacBook.
David? No. You're making me sick. You're making me physically ill.
You're really gonna... Did he just slide it underneath the dude's stall? What the hell's wrong with you? He's clearly listening to it and decides, you know what, let's give this kid a chance. But first...
Oh, you found my laptop. Weird.
Good cover.
Weird.
Oh, by the way, I'm putting you on TRL.
Oh, here we are. Megan!
She's in the presidential suite.
What's up, boo?
And guess what the presidential... Hey, look, there's a map of the presidential suite.
Okay, but do not leave this hotel.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta call my band and tell them to drive up here tomorrow.
Already did it. Am I a good manager or what?
The best. Man, I cannot believe you booked me on TRL.
Hey, what song are you gonna do?
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure.
All right, well, let's listen to all of them and pick the best one.
You got all my songs on your Geo?
There's one teeny tiny problem. Your Geo switched! So you're not gonna get all the songs.
Just give me a sec to
Instead, you're gonna get some crooks going after you, and they managed to steal a Viper. But it's not any ordinary Viper, it's Tony Hawk's Viper. They managed to escape, obviously, until the fake FBI, disguised by the crooks, pulled them over. And you can probably figure out what happens. They get kidnapped, they get their Geo back, and they're gonna make millions and millions and millions of dollars.
But I am in the honor society.
I'm talking.
And my father, it's a money machine.
They figure out what the deal is.
On the news, someone stole a U.S. currency machine from Washington 3 days ago.
How did they manage to steal a U.S. currency machine? That's pathetic. Do you realize that's more than a federal crime? That's a crime against your country. They're obviously caught by the crooks, and guess what they end up doing as a cover-up? Patty cake. That's your cover-up? You people are pathetic. You need to freaking get a life or something.
Hey, fellas.
Wanna play?
You're pathetic. You do realize that. You're absolutely fucking pathetic. Meanwhile, back at the fabulous Chandelier Hotel, or Chambrulé Hotel, or whatever the hell you want to call it, Megan is experiencing a hangover effect. Isn't she cute when she's asleep?
Hello?
Good morning, Miss Parker. This is your wake-up call.
Thanks.
She notices that Drake and Jess are not here. That makes her worried some. Meanwhile, Drake and Jess are tied up, and it appears that all is lost. Until one person, one hero will come and say that it's Megan. And you wanna know how she got there? There's a, address on a piece of paper in her room that she manages to unveil. She calls the limousine driver, and the limousine driver takes her to that location, and that she's gonna save the day. And no, she's not Batman. But you wanna know who is Batman? Me, because I'm Batman! No, you're not Batman, Playboy! Kevin Conroy's Batman! Get it through your head. So Megan scouts the place, finds an entrance, and you're not gonna believe what kind of diversion she will create while these two try to untie each other. Megan's looking, and Drake discovers her. Hey, dude, look, it's frickin' Megan. Oh, by the way, lost in all this that you might not see, but it did happen in the movie. Drake and Josh's parents decided to take a 10-day cruise to some random location, and quite frankly, it doesn't work out too well. That's why they rarely get any time in this movie. Because you want to see the adventure, not the attempt at a cruise. So Megan finds the switch to the fan, and guess what she's gonna do? Because guess what's next to the fan? Loads and loads of cash. So she flips the switch on, the fan activates and blows all the money around, creating the perfect diversion for Drake and Josh to escape and kick some freaking ass.
That was pretty smart of you guys, turning those fans on.
Yeah, they're brilliant.
That's because Megan's the bright one of the family.
Who's that guy?
They obviously stall until the FBI comes and captures them, and it turns out that the bad guys were amongst the FBI's 10 most wanted. Please tell me they're gonna get some kind of reward for this.
Stole Tony Hawk's Viper.
They also figure out that it's Tony Hawk's Viper that they ended up stealing.
You the guys who took Tony's car?
Yeah, man, but look, I am so sorry. We didn't mean to take it. Okay, we just had these goons. We had to do what we could.
This is Tony Hawk's manager. Not in real life, but in the movie it is.
Wait, so Tony's not mad?
No,
Oh, and guess what kind of reward they get for capturing one of the FBI's 10 most wanted? They get an escort to TRL because they need to go to TRL ASAP. And guess what they use? Tony Hawk's Viper. That would be Sunset Studios.
Okay, let's hurry up, people. We go live in 23 minutes.
As part of MTV. Wait, what?
That Drake Parker's band? Yeah. So where's Drake?
In case you're wondering, they got a police escort. That's where Drake is. Because you're not going to believe the most unbelievable adventure that they were on.
18 minutes.
So obviously they make it. Drake's able to perform on TRL. He's a freaking hit. And you can probably figure out the rest. It obviously transitions into Drake and Josh Really Big Shrimp. Drake, you rock! With guacamole! Yes! Why is he boogieing? Yeah, you better stop. So after that wonderful hit...
Thank you. You're good. You won't have a record deal. Well, I'm available. Is he available? So available. Well, if you can arrange a trip to New York, I can hook you up with Alan Krim.
At Spin City Records?
Yep. I think he'd be impressed with you.
And you would definitely imagine now at this point how this transitions into Drake and Josh Really Big Shrimp. Now the two make sense.
Gotta run. See you guys in New York.
Enjoy your meal.
And this caps Josh's wonderful adventure that he could write. But there's a happy ending to this.
No. Oh, thanks. Oh, hey, this is my brother Josh.
Can we hang out with you guys, please?
Oh yeah, you could totally hang out with these two.
Yes. Yes, you can.
They get the girls. And the movie ends with, yes, Dan Schneider's name again, but you'll see Drake and Josh driving down Boulevard with the two hot ladies. Living the Hollywood life. And everybody lives happily ever after, especially these two wonderful buffoons. So there you go, that's Drake and Josh Go Hollywood. Very well done, very well organized. The plot is magnificent. It's Drake and Josh at its finest. I totally recommend it if you get a chance to witness it. Not to mention that it'll answer all the questions if you watch Drake and Josh Really Big Shrimp before this. If you do, watch this, and then you'll see why all the stuff unfolded in Drake and Josh Really Big Shrimp. And if you watch this, check out Drake and Josh Really Big Shrimp, because that's essentially the follow-up to this movie. But definitely check this movie out anyways, because Drake and Josh was hilarious. And like I mentioned before, this was one of the last good shows until Nickelodeon's unpleasant demise. So definitely check it out when you get a chance. I'm the CommanderZander. I remember something that sounds a great enough to, and neither should you.